After obtaining the key to Rosa Isabelle Street, head to the east wing on the upper floor of Hotel KRAT. The doors leading to Rosa Isabelle Street are located there. Step outside and proceed down the steps to find the Rosa Isabelle Street entrance stargazer.
Rosa Isabelle Street, the entertainment district. You might call it extravagant.
The Witch's Tower and Princess, the final performance by Adelina, the greatest prima donna, experience their passionate stories. Descend and enter through the archway ahead. As you enter the street, you encounter two butler puppets. Lure them one at a time, as another puppet lurks just around the corner to the left. Once they are defeated, deal with a hidden puppet nearby. Proceed to the stairs on your left and ascend. Near the railing, you find a set of crates. Break them to uncover a fabled catalyst. Be cautious as you return to the main path, as two additional puppets may attack from either side. Next, head up the staircase to the right, where a butler puppet waits on an upper balcony. Defeat it and collect the Radiant Ergo fragment from the area before descending back down. This time, follow the path to the left. Near the ledge, you spot a note titled The Witch's Tower and Princess poster. Nearby, you'll notice a lit window. Interact with it to speak to an old lady at the window, who will request your help in fetching Labli Wee's wine from the Venigni arcade, initiating a side quest.
Some left in the wine cellar at Lorenzini arcade. You're an enterprising lad. Bring it to me and I'll give you something nice in return.
Return to the split path. From there, move on to the lower walkway to your right. Near a small set of steps, you will spot Venigni's urgent repair tool. Continue forward toward the large gates at the end of the path, where 4 butler puppets are stationed. Yeah, I don't want to waste my throwables here, so I'll use the sawtooth wheels, as those are relatively cheap. And just lure the enemy. This will take a while. It's a slow process, but it's a safe one, so I think it's okay. Take your time to defeat them, as they can overwhelm you if approached recklessly. Once they are dealt with, pick up the crescent moonstone near the gate. To the side, you'll notice a smaller lock gate that will later serve as a valuable shortcut. Turn back and enter the alleyway to your left. At its end, you find a corpse holding the artist's doodle. Cross the small bridge nearby to enter an apartment. Inside, you'll be greeted by a puppet maid. As you approach the window on the right side of the room, 2 puppet gestures will burst through. These new puppets act as suicide bombers, lunging forward and exploding after a short wind-up. Climb through the window to retrieve a sharp pipe. Then use the mechanism nearby to lower a ladder. Head back inside and turn left to find a doorway leading to another room. Drop through the hole in the floor to the lower level, where a bed holds the note Special Report Foreigner's Confession. In the adjacent room, you encounter 4 infant puppets, small enemies that crawl and are difficult to stagger. Use a hit and dodge strategy to safely eliminate them. Then, collect the Vivid Ergo fragment from the table in the corner. Ascend the nearby staircase to locate a safe containing a Legion plug. Unlock the shortcut here, which leads back to the room where we first encountered the puppet gestures. Return to the staircase and follow the steps all the way to the ground floor. On the ground floor, 3 puppet mates patrol the area. The ACID took too long. I wanted the damage over time, but it took too long. Search behind the bar for a saw blade. Yeah, throwables are really expensive, but it's the easiest way to get around this, so. As we exit the building, look behind the car, near the doorway, to find a resplendent ergo fragment. Continue along the street, keep an eye out for a rifleman stationed ahead. These enemies can be troublesome due to their range attacks, especially when paired with magician puppets on unicycles which throw firebombs. Use the environment for cover to avoid taking damage. If you're equipped with throwables, consider using them to reduce the threat of range attacks. You might as well pull the rifleman or magician puppets towards you to engage them individually if you have the puppet string Legion arm equipped. On a sheltered side of the street, near a carriage on the left, you'll encounter another magician puppet. Defeat it to collect the attribute purification ampule next to it. Continue advancing down the street, systematically dealing with the remaining enemies. Okay, that's it, right. Yeah, there are just these guys left. At the end, locate a chest containing the dancer's curved sword. After backtracking slightly down the street, turn left and descend a series of steps leading you to an open-air venue. Before heading to the center of the stage, take the stairs to the right to locate a throwing cell. Once collected, return to the stage and interact with the puppet under the spotlight to initiate the boss fight with the White Lady.
What a beautiful puppet you are! I can hear your springs even if you try to hide them. Musicians have keen ears, you know. Would you like to sing for me like your friends? I have a feeling the sound of your cries will be especially sweet. Let's have an encore performance of Pain for the Red actress, Adelina Corday. I dedicate this performance to my sister, Adelina!
The White Lady wields a rapier and uses swift, long-reaching thrusts. She is highly agile, making her attacks difficult to predict. While she can be staggered, her speed makes dodging and careful positioning more reliable than guarding. She can also parry and counter with a devastating thrust, so avoid attacking recklessly. Focus on circling her to find openings for fatal backstab. Patience and well-timed strikes are key to overcoming her rapid offense. No, I don't. She always stands in a corner. Why are you going into the corners? Great. After defeating the White Lady, collect the White Lady's locket and the White Lady's mask as your rewards. Exit through the gates on the left. Ascend the stairs, and behind a carriage to your right, you'll find an attribute resistance ampule. On the left, near the stairs, retrieve the Rose Estate incident note from a corpse. Proceed further, passing the luggages, and enter the park on the left. To your left, you'll find a dim ergo fragment, while to your right is a shortcut gate leading back to the street with the unicycle and soldier puppets. As you explore the park, you'll encounter a dimensional butterfly that drops a crescent moonstone upon defeat, along with a dim ergo chunk nearby. After gathering these items, backtrack to the main path. Head up the stairs, beyond the luggages, to reach the Rosa Isabelle Street CULVERT Stargazer. Yeah, it's super heavy, man. I don't know. I never leveled up my much video or technique or whatever. I'm really just relying on the weapons damage. To the right of the Stargazer, you will meet Julian the Gentleman, who requests help finding his late wife's belongings on Rosa Isabelle Street.
You must be a stalker. Can I ask you a favor? Would you bring me her belongings? Then I'd have something to remember her by.
Accept his quest to begin his task.
Thank you. Small kindnesses like this give me something to cling to.
Nearby, climb down the ladder to enter the sewers. Descend the second ladder, where 3 legless crab battlers await. These enemies either crawl toward you or hurl rocks from a distance. Oh no, I'm very slow with this. Oh god. Now my stamina is gone down the drain. After defeating them, continue forward. For now, we will ignore the right path. However, you can choose to eliminate the first butler puppet in that direction before returning to the main path. Collect Gemini's emergency protection at the far end, then drop into the hole beyond it to encounter another KRAT butler. Follow the linear path through the tunnel, dealing with additional legless KRAT butlers as you progress. I can't decide. I don't know, always want to use the same weapon, you know. So, but I don't think this is a good weapon for mobs. I think this is a better weapon for bosses. The path here is straightforward. Follow it until you encounter a fan, where you'll be ambushed by 3 legless puppets. Be cautious, as they may also crawl along the ceiling of the pipe. Turn left at the fan and continue along the pipe until you emerge in a small room. Oh my god, yeah, this weapon is not good for narrow areas. Eventually, you'll arrive in a small room. Before climbing the ladder, wait for a headless KRAT brawler to charge at you. Lure it closer and deal with it first, as 2 KRAT butlers are positioned farther back, waiting to ambush you. Oh my god, I'm dying. I really can't use you really can't use heavy weapons, man. I'm not a heavy weapon user. After defeating the brawler, proceed to the end of the area to eliminate the waiting butlers. Once they are dealt with, open the nearby chest to obtain a quartz. You can now ascend the ladder to find a star fragment near the shortcut leading back to the White Lady's arena. Back at the Stargazer, descend into the sewer again and take the path to the right at the split. Proceed through the tunnels while dispatching KRAT butlers along the way until you exit the sewer. As you follow the drainage canal, a music box marionette will appear, capable of punishing 8-hit combos followed by a fury attack. These enemies are challenging to interrupt and inflict heavy damage, so keep your distance and strike during the recovery or focus on perfect guards to counter effectively. Continue to the end of the canal, where a suicide bomber puppet will emerge from the crates. You can climb the ladder to avoid fighting it. Cross to the opposite side of the canal, where a few puppet mates await. Clear the ones in the vicinity. Be cautious as you head down the small stairs on the right, as a suicide bomber puppet will jump out of a barrel. Then descend the small stairs where we encountered the suicide bomber puppet to collect a sawtooth wheel. Once done, head down the stairs on the left to find a crescent moonstone near another shortcut gate leading back to the Stargazer. Return to the main platform and ascend to the upper staircase. The puppet mate here has already been dealt with, but proceed cautiously after all, since a rifleman puppet is stationed on the balcony ahead, taking aim. As you approach the top of the stairs, a suicide bomber puppet will charge toward you. Handle the threats carefully, then collect a resplendent ergo fragment from the balcony where the rifleman was positioned. And a special purification ampule hidden behind a pile of luggage to the left. Continue across the overpass to find a rifleman stationed to the right around the corner. Another one will burst through the door nearby. Pick up Gemini's iron protection before entering the building to confront an infant puppet that triggers 2 more to drop from above. After dealing with them, open the safe inside to retrieve the arch heavyweight frame. Back outside, descend the staircase to find Julian's puppet wife on the right.
We found it! The black dress! But it's just a puppet? What on earth is going on?
Collect her wedding ring and continue up the stairs to find an electric blitz canister. backtrack downstairs and follow the alleyway to the right, unlocking a shortcut gate to the Rosa Isabelle Street entrance and picking up a Dark Moon Moonstone of the Covenant. Return to the main path, where you will face a flamethrower puppet ahead. Approach it quietly to land a fatal backstab or dispatch it swiftly. As you progress, watch out for a flaming boulder rolling downhill. Stick to the left to avoid it, then retrieve the advanced crank under the bridge. Continuing uphill, multiple enemies will appear. Sprint past them to reach the ESTELLA Opera House Stargazer, activating it for a safe reset. This will allow you to confront the Mad Clown puppet without clearing the area beforehand. The Mad Clown puppet primarily uses melee combos, but the most exploitative move is its Fury attack, where it extends a punch on a spring before retracting. To exploit this, create distance to bait the Fury attack. Then, time a perfect guard to counter it effectively. Repeat this pattern to build stagger potential. This strategy may take time, but it's reliable and minimizes risk. If you wish to accelerate this approach, consider purchasing sawtooth wheels from Polendina at KRAT. These are relatively inexpensive, so stock up on a good supply. However, if you lack the funds, don't worry, patience and the slow, methodical approach will still see you through this encounter effectively. It's taking a while. I didn't expect he would do another one, honestly, so that kind of sucked. Yeah, it takes a while, but I think this is, the most effective way. All you have to do is learn one single attack. I know that later on we will have enemies that will have exactly the same attacks as he does. Oops, that sucked. But you don't wanna? Fine, I'll just run in a circle once. That was weird. Oh well. Yeah, I said this was very lengthy. I don't know how long this took. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. But it's the safest way to deal with him, so I don't know. If you're having trouble with this boss, then I guess this is the easiest way to deal with it. The only downside to this is it's lengthy, and obviously you have to purchase a bunch of consumables, which is expensive. But it is the easiest and safest way to deal with this guy, in my opinion. Now we can go around collecting all the items. In honor of the happiest days of our family, because of her presence, I still miss you, Camille. Signed, GG. In celebration of Lady Sirasani, the Queen of High Society and the sponsor of the arts. Pick up an Electric Blitz Abrasive from a bench on the left, and a Special Resistance Ampule in the corner to the right near some stairs. Backtrack down the stairs to collect a radiant ergo fragment from the corner where the Mad Clown puppet stood. Then head down the nearby stairs and check the alley on the right for a star fragment. We will now head downhill to take care of the flamethrower puppets and magician puppets we bypassed earlier. Thoroughly clear the area, then find a Legion magazine behind some pillars on the left. Once all enemies have been dealt with, return to the Stargazer. You can now return to Julian at the CULVERT Stargazer to give him his wife's wedding ring.
This is her wedding ring. Our marriage should have been filled with joy. I failed you, Melody.
During the conversation, Julian will ask you if you've ever heard of a human and puppet being in love.
Maybe I'm crazy, though. Whoever heard of a human and a puppet in love?
If you tell the truth, you'll receive a radiant ergo fragment as a reward. If you lie and claim you saw a message she left about her love for him, Julian will reward you with both the wedding ring and the sad gesture, along with an additional humanity point.
I ramble when I get upset. Here's your reward. I think you deserve this ring more than I do.
May the greatest tribute of the present century go to the Red Actress. Who else can we pay this tribute to? This is a good time to return to Hotel KRAT to purchase the bright red apple from Polendina. You might also want to level up or upgrade your weapons or P organs to prepare for the ESTELLA Opera House. Once ready, head back to the Stargazer and enter the ESTELLA Opera House. Upon entering the opera house, a marionette will rush down the stairs toward you. After dealing with it, proceed up the stairs to the left, where you'll encounter two more marionettes. These are connected to spider puppets via golden strings that act as their puppeteers, enhancing their HP and damage. To weaken them, lure the marionettes away from their starting position to sever these strings. Once the marionettes are defeated, focus on luring the spider puppet down. You can use throwables to bait. If that doesn't work, don't worry, we'll climb the stairs shortly. I will poison the spider puppet while shifting my attention to the marionettes on the left until the spider descends. Next, I'll use throwables to deal with the second spider puppet. If you prefer melee combat, you can climb to the next floor and engage it directly. Just be cautious of its AoE attack, which can be fatal. Collect the special purification ampule in front of the locked door, then climb up the stairs. Start by climbing to the east wing to collect the Dark Moonstone of the Covenant behind the pillars on the left. Continue climbing up the east wing to the upper floor for a vivid ergo fragment. If the spider puppeteer didn't come down earlier, you can defeat it now. Remember this spot, as we will come back here later. For now, return and climb up the west wing. There is nothing to collect here, but if the spider puppet in this area is still active, you can take it out now. Once done, return downstairs. As you descend, look to your left for a doorway hidden behind the pillars. Pass through it to find yourself in a hallway. In the distance, you will spot a spider puppet. Approaching it will trigger 3 marionettes to appear. You can lure the marionettes away from the spider puppet to sever their connection and defeat them safely. Or you can be like me and defeat the spider first. Return to the hallway and search the tables on the right for a fabled catalyst. Then, near the end of the hallway, locate a staircase on the right. Descend these to find yourself in a corridor. Proceed down the steps to enter the corridor. Then pass through the door on the left to find a chest containing a technique amulet. Return to the corridor and proceed toward the doorway in front of you. You'll encounter a cute brawler puppet. Although, similar to those from the Workshop Union, this variant delivers multi-hit combos and causes shock buildup, which reduces stamina regeneration and makes you more susceptible to follow-up attacks. After dispatching the brawler, enter the room at the end of the hall to unlock a safe containing the exploding pickaxe. Yeah, but it's probably even heavier than the other one, man. Whoa, that's slow. Actually, that's not that bad. I guess I can try it, but I'm probably gonna die. Exit the room and follow the hallway down to the right. For legendary actress Adelina Corday. Even those who envied her reputation loved her songs. I love this place, it reminds me of Antonia. Locate stairs leading to a crescent moonstone. At the top of the stairs, unlock the door to create a shortcut back to the Stargazer. With our back to the now opened shortcut door, climb up the stairs to the left. We're visiting the east wing to the area which we spotted earlier. Follow the path to the balcony overlooking a flaming chandelier. Check the dead end on the right to find a chest containing the Belford disruption cartridge. Then cross to the opposite side of the balcony to enter a room where you'll meet Adelina Corday. Upon speaking with her, you'll learn she was fooled by Arlecchino into believing the Opera House was a shelter and contracted the petrification disease.
I can't sing anymore. This petrification disease took away my songs.
She will ask if you have any fruit with you. This is where the bright red apple from Polendina comes into play. Give it to her, and she will reveal the truth about her relationship with her sister Patricia, the White Lady.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is the sweetest apple I've ever had. I coveted your voice. If I can't match it, then even if I have to break you, Adelina Corday must have it all.
Return to the main foyer and enter the door leading to the flaming chandelier. Drop into the pit to collect a saw blade near a Trinity door. Since the key for the Trinity door isn't available yet, follow the hallway on the right to reach the East Wing corridor. As you exit, turn right to unlock another shortcut door. In the adjacent room, defeat a butler puppet and 2 marionettes. Open the safe to retrieve the incredible Venigni collection. Then exit and cross to the opposite side of the corridor to find a sawtooth wheel. Ascend the stairs to confront another cute brawler. There will be a spider further down in the hallway. To prevent it from joining the fight, lure the brawler downstairs. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I can't. I don't have enough stamina, for sake. Oh no. After dealing with the brawler, return upstairs and approach the spider, triggering 2 marionettes. Defeat all enemies and search the tables on the right side of the corridor to collect a dim ergo chunk. Turn left and enter the room at the end of the hall. Enter the room to find notes from an experiment on the counter. Then climb up the ladder to find the jeweled cryptic vessel inside a chest. Descend the ladder in the center of the room and carefully cross the beams to collect a Legion magazine. Head down the second ladder or jump down from the beam to reach the lower level. Outside this area, a dimensional butterfly will spawn. However, 2 riflemen are positioned just out of view on either side of the exit. Take out the riflemen first. Then pursue the dimensional butterfly to obtain a technique crank. Finally, you can pick up an electric blitz abrasive near another shortcut to the Stargazer. With the ESTELLA Opera House fully explored, we can return to Hotel KRAT to prepare for the upcoming boss battle. Before showcasing my approach to the next boss fight, let's briefly break down the boss's attacks, patterns, and effective strategies. This will provide insight into managing the encounter. Once we've covered these points, I'll demonstrate how I handled the boss. At the start, the King of Puppets uses straightforward but powerful attacks. One of his key moves involves rotating his entire body before smashing the ground in front of him. This attack is telegraphed by a noticeable wind-up, giving you time to dodge or parry. Afterward, he pauses briefly, creating an opening for counterattacks. Avoid overcommitting as he can change this move into additional attacks. He also performs wide arm sweeps, either single or chained, with significant range. At 50% health, his moves become faster and gain extended range. He incorporates wide sweeps, leaping slams, and spinning blade attacks, which require precise dodging or close positioning to avoid. Both parrying and dodging work well. Parrying can quickly break his stance, especially with pure organ upgrades, while dodging is safer to maintain distance. Use acid or electric blitz consumables to exploit his weaknesses and bring throwables to speed up the fight. As the Puppet King transitions into Romeo, we realize that this is a stark contrast to the earlier King of Puppets, presenting a more agile and aggressive combat style. He wields a scythe, using its range and speed to pressure you constantly. At the start of the fight, Romeo often leaps across the arena with a spinning slam attack, dodge sideways or backward to avoid the impact. Romeo's melee strikes include a mix of horizontal slashes, overhead swings, and spinning attacks. Most of these attacks are best countered by dodging forward or left to close the gap for a counter strike. For those proficient in parrying, perfect guards can stagger him and open up opportunities for charge attacks or fatal strikes. One specific attack is when Romeo's exposed eye begins to glow red. It signals the start of his scythe news attack. He'll extend his scythe toward you, aiming to loop it around your neck. As soon as you see the red glow appearing, dodge either sideways or backward. Just make sure you're out of range. This attack is fast and leaves little room for error. Another attack he has is the one where he flips into a handstand and slams the ground with a delayed kick. This is often followed by a fury attack, so I personally recommend simply dodge behind him. When Romeo enters his second phase, igniting his scythe and unleashing a flurry of deadly attacks, the most dangerous of these is his 10-hit combo, which alternates between rapid slashes and heavy strikes. Dodging forward and left remains effective, but managing stamina becomes critical in this phase. Just like the King of Puppets, Romeo is weak to Electric Blitz and Acid in both phases. Use these items aggressively, especially in the second phase, to deal damage while disrupting his attack chains. Avoid chasing Romeo when he retreats. Instead, let him come to you. His re-engagements are predictable, allowing you to anticipate and counter his movements. I'm aware I didn't cover every single attack, but I hope these key tips help guide you through the boss encounter effectively. Now that we've broken down the fight, let's move on to my showcases. For this boss, I'll be demonstrating 3 different approaches to help you decide which strategy works best for you. First, I'll be using the Tyrant Murderous Dagger, as I'm curious to explore its critical damage potential, having never used it before. Next, I'll switch to the Acidic Crystal Spear for its speed and acid damage, which can deal significant damage over time to this boss. Finally, I'll showcase the Big Pipe Wrench Head with the baton handle, focusing on defense and survivability. The 3 approaches should provide a variety of options, and I hope they help you handle the fight. The first version covered the Tyrant Murderous Dagger. This will be my first attempt. I've never used this weapon before, but I'm intrigued by its potential for critical damage. While it might not have the highest base damage, nor any defense, its strength lies in exploiting openings and stagger opportunities for devastating critical hits. I'll focus on timing my attacks precisely after dodging or parrying, aiming to maximize its critical damage during stagger windows. Yeah, I have the wrong talismans equipped. Oh, shit. Come on. No, I'm not. I don't give a shit. Okay. What? I didn't do anything. It was the chair. The chair is squeaky. For the second version, I'm using the acidic crystal spear, which balances speed and elemental damage. While not as fast as the dagger, it allows for relatively quick strikes and the ability to apply acid, gradually wearing down the boss's health without having to use abrasive, opening up space in my pouch. My strategy here involves maintaining close range, using jabs after parrying the boss's attacks. It's important not to get carried away with too many strikes at once. Patience and waiting for clear openings after each parry are key. Okay, let's go. We will use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now move away, move away. I didn't think he would do that. Fuck. Again? For the third attempt, I'll shift to a more defensive approach, utilizing the big pipe wrench head for its sturdy defense and the baton handle for added striking power. While this combination sacrifices reach and speed, it excels in a methodical, counter-heavy playstyle. I'll rely on blocking, deflecting, and carefully punishing the boss's predictable moves, ensuring consistent damage while prioritizing survival. You could achieve a similar result with the bone-cutting saw blade, but since I already showcased that strategy in a previous fight, I decided to try something different this time. I know, but I wasted too much time, so... Fucking asshole. Big pipe wrench and the baton handle.
Incredible! You defeated the king! I gotta think the puppets will have changed too, right?
After defeating one of the toughest bosses in Lies of P, proceed to the stage to activate the Stargazer and then return to Hotel KRAT. Back at the hotel, speak with Sophia about something unusual involving the upstairs portrait.
Like you. I sense something strange.
Examine the painting to note the figure's nose growing. Then talk to Geppetto, who will explain that the artist D. Gray painted it.
That painting. I can't believe my eyes. It's almost as if something is growing out of the portrait.
To trigger new dialogue options, we must reload the area. Let's take this opportunity to return back to the ESTELLA Opera House and revisit Adelina's room. You'll find her deceased, but can pick up the fascination record and red actress's locket near her body. Finally, return back to Hotel KRAT.
Antonia's condition.
Speak with Sophia again to learn about Lady Antonia's deteriorating condition.
Suffocation disease locks people inside a cage, inside their own bodies.
If you've been consistently following this guide and have chosen to lie diligently throughout, speaking to Sophia again will unlock additional dialogue. This interaction will also trigger a change in our character's appearance, reflecting the growing influence of our choices.
You're changing. You're becoming something more than a puppet. Almost human. If this is what you want, just keep behaving. Keep feeling like a human does. You might just hold the true secret of Ergo.
I liked his previous hairstyle more! Now he looks like me when I was younger. Finally, visit Antonia, who is reflecting on her past. Oh no. Oh, this makes me want to cry. Once her cinematic concludes, she will ask if her portrait resembles her.
Is there any resemblance between me and that portrait?
Lying to her will reward you with additional humanity.
It seems Geppetto even taught you good manners.
In the lobby, find a note left at the counter where Polendina usually stands. The note directs you to meet him by the fountain near Elysium Boulevard.
Welcome, good sir. At last, we speak frankly instead of with professional reserve. I don't know exactly why, and
Polendina will admit his confusion about feeling emotions for Antonia, as puppets are not supposed to experience love.
I adore Lady Antonia. Can a puppet and a human fall in love?
If you lied to Julian earlier and possessed the wedding ring, you can present it as a proof that love between a puppet and a human is possible. Polendina will thank you and reward you with Gemini's iron protection. Lie to him to gain additional humanity. Head back inside and give Pulcinella the incredible Venigni collection to expand the available wares in his shop. Unfortunately, I lost the original footage on this interaction, but rest assured, delivering the Venigni collection will unlock additional items for purchase. Speak with Venigni for additional lore about Ergo waves,
No purpose, no focus.
then deliver the jeweled Cryptic vessel to unlock its description. To solve the dual cryptic vessel, travel to KRAT Central Station Plaza and follow the stairs to the oceanside path. At the cliff's edge, overlooking Hotel KRAT, Gemini will engage in a new monologue.
It is a nice view, but we must be moving.
Use the check ground gesture from your menu to uncover the Atone's hunting apparel and the Legion caliber. Hair is floating in the air. Since we've received the Atone's hunting apparel, it's a good opportunity to visit the Atoned. Descend the stairs where she will turn hostile after realizing she was deceived by a puppet. This fight is pretty straightforward, but watch out for her punches and decay build-up. That hurt. Yeah. Ah. I just want to backstab her, man. Once defeated, travel back to the ESTELLA Opera House stage. Move through the doorway ahead and step outside the Opera House, arriving at the Charity Market path. Tune in next time as we begin our journey to the Grand Exhibition.